everybody, and welcome to Secret Wars TLDR. And of course, TLDR stands for Too Long Didn't Read. And most of the people I understand are not reading a lot of Secret Wars nowadays. But
What?
I thought, what the hell? Yeah, I know, right? With all these pesky delays and, trying to make heads or tails of what's important, what's essential, what isn't. Also with the main title kind of being dragged through and dragging a couple of those tie-ins with us. We've actually taken a couple of breaks from the show just because doing one title a week, it's not a show. So I thought we'd talk a little bit about the core event and some of the peripherals that have something to do with that. So today we're talking about Siege number 4, and we're talking about Secret Wars proper number 6. Typically we'd do Secret Wars proper on Off the Rack, but given the delays and Secret Wars kind of being its own beast, thought we'd just dedicate it to the show that we have of the same name. So, welcome to the show. I'm Sal.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
Tiffany, you read Siege. This is your...
I did.
This is one of your favorite titles.
It is.
And incidentally and unexpectedly, at least for me, it is kind of necessary reading.
Yeah, like honestly, if you're into Secret Wars and you haven't been reading Siege, you're missing out.
And the fact is, for a lot of the peripherals, those are kind of just Marvel's way of giving you something to read until the all-new, all-different Marvel is ready to come out.
It's something extra to buy, like, oh, you like this character? There's a story for them.
Those peripherals are so non-essential to the main title.
Right.
And it's kind of deliberately so.
Right.
So that you could just enjoy yourself and have a fun time reading.
That's right.
Without being like, when the hell does this take place?
Yeah.
But not here.
Yeah.
Except for this one.
Except for this one.
Right.
If you've read this, I hope you agree with me that it was great. And even if you didn't read it, you actually did read it if you read Secret Wars. A little bit of it. Because there is direct dialogue repeated in Secret Wars that is from Siege.
No kidding. That's cool.
So I read this first, and that's the way to do it. Like, if you haven't caught up on Siege, and you haven't caught up on Secret Wars, read Siege first, then get back into Secret Wars.
All right.
It's going to put you in a better place, I think. Everyone knows already what happened if they read Secret Wars.
It's true.
But, I mean, Siege really fills in the blanks. Because if you're not reading Siege and you read Secret Wars like these two, there might be some questions that you have.
Right, like
Yeah,
certain things
really,
take place and you're
really
like,
questionable.
why?
And Siege, again, for me, I went right into Secret Wars, I was like, oh. Siege was great. It was so good.
Who did it?
Who did it? One of my favorite writers now.
Yeah?
Yeah, Kieran Gillen, with art by Felipe Andrade. And again, double-page spreads by various other artists. And actually, one of the full-page spreads, or the two-page splash page,
Right.
that's in there is a kind of a repeat, in a sense, from Secret Wars. Like, you see something similar there. Siege did it better, in my opinion.
Really?
Just saying. At the end of the last issue, Thanos shows up.
Right. And it's not
No.
the Infinity Gauntlet's Thanos,
Nope.
nor is it some other allegory. This is Life Raft Thanos.
Oh, yeah. He shows up to Kang and Abigail.
Right. And as I understand it,
Yeah, he's very much
at
like
their
that.
mercy.
And they're like, oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And they just kind of, like, draw weapons.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah, but, I could just reactivate Fury. We'll talk to you in a minute. Let me just, take inventory as to what the hell just happened, right? Because, they were just...
Yeah, one crisis at a time.
Yeah, exactly. And then Thanos' true plan is revealed.
Oh.
And his real plan was clearly to get in the shield
Okay.
and to talk to Ben Grimm.
Who is in the shield?
Who
in
is
Siege?
the shield?
Right. He's the wall.
He's the wall. It's him.
But
Just
he's-
like Johnny Storm is the sun. God King Doom saw fit to turn Benjamin J. Grimm into the wall that separates total apocalyptic anarchy and Battleworld.
But at the same time, while Ben Grimm is the wall, he's not literally all of the wall, because there are pieces of him. Like, if he...
I think he comprises the entire wall. I think his whole body is the wall.
I think he's mentally controlling all of the wall.
No, he is part of the wall, and he fortifies most of it, and he can travel within it, but he is a significant portion of it, but
Okay, so it's not the whole damn thing, but he's a big damn part.
Well, and again, he's kind of in charge of the structural integrity of it.
Like, without him, the wall would fall.
Yeah. They are struggling with what to do, obviously.
This is to say Kang and Abigail Brand?
Well, yeah, Kang and Abigail Brand and, Katie Bishop and America Chavez are,
They survived?
Oh, yeah, they survived. They survived, and they're still fighting. There's still a fight going on. Things are still coming.
Uh-huh.
And, the Vitruvian Man is using It's like this. They call it something, and I can't remember what it is. But it's essentially a logic gun.
Okay.
And like it causes people to have realizations. So
it's
like
an epiphany gun.
It is. So you shoot the undead, and they realize that they're contradictions because they're the living dead, and they just stop moving because they don't know what to do.
So it's like introducing an algorithm into an artificial intelligent creature.
Exactly, and that comes into play because Ben Grimm, after talking to Thanos, who's like, "This is not reality.
Right.
This isn't real.
Hate to
this isn't
burst
how
your
it's supposed
bubble.
to be."
Yeah.
And like he calls him Ben, and he's like, "To be honest, like we fought before, and the fact is, like, you know, Doom is really just a mortal man. Who,
just a bad guy you fight.
Essentially, you've humiliated him countless times, and he should not have this power." Mm-hmm. Essentially, Thanos is saying, "But I should."
Right. I mean, and
like
we all know...
the subtext for me there is, "But I should."
Right. That's how he ends every sentence, but does it because he's trying to convince somebody to actually like topple Doom.
Right. So what Ben decides to do is he goes up to the Vitruvian Man, who's using his gun, to use it on himself.
Ah.
And meanwhile, like, there's like a huge fight going on. Like, everything's attacking. All things beyond the wall.
Ultron, zombies, whatever.
The bugs.
Oh, the Annihilation Wave.
Yeah, they're all coming. And, like, you see a lot of it in the big splash pages and narrated by Abigail Brand in her war journal.
Right.
And, like, she says things like, Lockheed is dead.
Oh.
Like, you see Lockheed just sprawled out, and you just see, like, all these cats, like, defending the fallen body of Lockheed. Because Kitty Pryde can't get over it.
Yeah.
There's also an amazing little panel of this really chubby little black cat, like, jumping at a thing, and I'm like...
We have one of those.
The Vitruvian Man is essentially two people.
Okay.
He is Leonardo da Vinci.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another with him who powers who powers the gun.
Oh.
And the question he wants to know is essentially like, I think it's, why are we here?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like, I need to understand what is real and what isn't, and that's the only way I figured that we can do this. Which I was like, wow!
Yeah.
Good for you, Ben. Like, holy shit.
Decent plan.
That will literally use up all of my power. Like, that'll be it. That'll use up all of the other guy.
Right.
And the other guy is Michelangelo.
Oh.
And they're like, and Michelangelo, like, kind of pulls out of him, and he's just like, we have to do this.
Right, but that's fair enough.
Because, like, that's the ultimate question.
Right.
We have to know. So they do it. And, like, Ben's like...
So
Son of a bitch.
Does it wake him up? Does it almost make him 616?
Kind of. Like, he realizes that, like, he's like, this isn't real. Like, none of this is actually how reality should be.
Right.
And he's like, okay. And he goes back down and talks to Thanos. Everyone knows that they're not going to make it.
Right, this is it. And
like, no matter what happens, no matter what's going on with Thanos and Ben right now, they all realize that they're going to die. Essentially, he goes down there, and it's really cheesy, but it's so freaking cool. And then, like, Thanos breaks free, and, like, Ben's just kind of, like, on the floor, like he can't handle it.
Right.
Because in his head, like, he had done this, like, willingly. Like, he'd become the wall willingly.
Yeah.
And then it turns out it was all wrong. And Thanos stands over him, and he's like, he goes like, Ben Grimm, what time is it? And then we don't see that. What happens next? We go back up to the top of the wall, and, like, the Vitruvian Man, like, puts on his wings, and he, like, flies off, and he, like, explodes to, like, take out some guys, because he's like, screw it!
Yeah.
It's all over anyway!
Yeah.
And then, Abigail, the head of the Endless Summers, and Kang, like, fall down the side of the wall into the
masses.
No, it's just, like, there, and, like, there's nothing there just yet.
Oh, okay.
And Kang's like, maybe I could go back and I could stop this, like, because, like, they originally were like, why don't you just throw Thanos into, like, the Chrono Mines?
Right.
Like, they're cleared up.
Oh, because
like,
he used them all to stop Fury.
Well, not just that, but, like, he's like, Thanos kind of planned this to happen that way. And, like, Abigail's like, you came to us and you died in front of us. Like, that
right, the
work.
original Kang left.
And he's like, no, but I could do it.
Yeah,
and she's like, fine. And he leaves. And then, like, they're just standing there, and she's like, well, nothing changed, so...
So I guess it didn't work out.
And then, like, Scott's like, yeah, but I mean, like, maybe it's, like, one of those things where, like, there's a whole bunch of timelines.
Right, it creates a new tangent.
Like,
she's like, don't Back to the Future me.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Kate of Bishop and America Chavez, like, escape.
Oh.
Like, she...
Like, fuck this.
Well, America Chavez, like, kicks a star-shaped hole in the wall, and they, like, she's like, we're getting out of here.
That's a fair point.
And they leave. And, the splash page I'm talking about, which we'll talk about when we get to, Secret Wars,
yes,
is Abigail doing her war journal, and it's saying that, like, when Ben left, because he's huge,
Right.
that, like, they heard this, like, loud, insane grumbling, and they didn't know what it was. But, like, like, air devil or ear devil, like, it's essentially, it's like a weird play on Daredevil.
Oh.
Like, if that's what it was to me, at least, like, managed to, like, get a hold of it and, like, translate it into something that everyone could hear without, like, their eardrums bursting.
Okay.
And it was just, it was 3 words, 5 syllables, and it's clobbering time.
That's
but, like,
amazing.
he's a giant, so it's just this, like,
so it just sounds like that's cool.
But, like, the image of him striding away is handled so much better in this book.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, and I'm just going to tell you what happens at the end of this book, because you have to read this book. You have to read this book. But I'm going to tell you anyway. But I'm going to trust that you go out and get this anyway. Abigail Brand and the head of the Endless Summers stand up and look out into the wastelands.
Mm-hmm.
And they hold hands. And as oblivion comes for them. And that's how it ends.
That's awesome.
Oh,
I was like,
damn it. Damn it, that's cool.
yeah.
That's cool. Thus endeth the siege.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you didn't read this, part of Secret Wars didn't make any sense.
Right.
Necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah, or at least you took a lot for granted.
He was like, oh,
I guess the thing's huge. Okay.
Like, when it was over, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, I will never read this again. Like, that's it. And that, like, for me, that's the sign of, like, a really strong story.
Yes.
That also knew when to end itself.
Right.
Because, like, I desperately wanted more
Because it easily
of
could
this.
have just kept going, and we
Yeah.
don't want it to.
But, like, this being a truly self-contained story with, like, although, albeit a sad ending, a very satisfying ending.
Yes. It's a real conclusion.
Yeah.
So that segues into Secret Wars number 6, which is written, of course, by Jonathan Hickman with art by Saad Ribic. This has been 2 months in the waiting. We've been waiting for this forever. The last issue was basically just a catch-up. It was a way of kind of contextualizing what the hell's happening and giving you all the backstory so that by the time that Secret Wars number 6, 7, and 8 hit, you won't be confused by why things are happening. You won't be confused by the constant references to the Molecule Man, even though there's been no reference to him up until number 5. So by number 6, you're like, oh, right, because they just throw Molecule Man right at you, and you're like, okay, I hope you read number 5.
Yeah.
Or read Marvel and know who the hell Owen Reese is. But that being said, I think we're going to treat Secret Wars number 6 more like an off-the-rack kind of thing. Like, what we think, and should they read it? Like, is it worth the wait? And
Well, let me put that, is it worth the wait, into context. For me, it felt like less time because I was reading Siege.
Ribic nails this issue. The art is just as good as it was in the last 5 issues. Jonathan Hickman continues to tell interesting stories. Clearly there are characters that were shoehorned in here by Marvel Editorial. Star-Lord continues to serve no purpose except to be in the book, just like he was in the movie people like. So there you go. Does nothing, contributes nothing, who cares? Carol Danvers is in the book.
Hold on. That whole, like, not contributing thing, it makes it feel a little more realistic.
Yes, like...
Because, like, you're always going to have somebody, like...
who's like, oh shit, this is all happening, and I really do not...
Yeah, like, if they had only grabbed people who were important, that's kind of weird.
Yes. No, it's not... Well, no, actually, at the end of Secret Wars number 1, they grab everybody they can.
Yes.
Not everybody who matters.
That's right.
And that's why Spider-Man is there.
Right.
I literally thought it was because, like, this life raft, like, we have a certain number of people, and certain others have died.
The
like,
original
we need
plan,
to fill those roles.
No, the original plan was...
That's our backup. Grab Spider-Man. Yeah. Grab Star-Lord. And you're like...
No, the original plan was get everyone who matters. And then the world came to an end and they're like, fuck, most of those people are dead. Grab anyone. Which is why Spider-Man's there. Because it's like,
but if it was
I need someone who's a little less smart than me, who also sticks to walls. No, I don't need that guy. Do I need a spacefaring half-human? No.
But he's got an element gun.
So fuck what? I got a ship that does the same thing. And it doesn't come with a guy.
Who wants to steal everything.
Yeah, who also needs to eat and go to the bathroom and take up space in my ship. So anyway, incidentally, I've never seen this. Spider-Man plays an important role in this story, which I think is interesting. And is going to... This is Chekhov's burger. This is going to be a thing. I'm calling it now.
What do you mean?
Like, Doom's going to have Doom's power is going to burp, fart, hiccup, something because of the burger that Owen eats.
See, that's not what I was thinking.
Like, absolute power just ate a bad burger. T'Challa and Namor have been at war for a while, and in fact, the last time that they saw each other was when T'Challa killed Namor, or tried to. So, and the two of them were like, well, we just watched the world end, fuck those stupid rivalries.
Bygones.
No, I meant like when he goes to put it on.
And he says, well, which one of us should it be?
Yeah.
And Namor's like, well, you can't trust me.
Yeah, I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty tight. We know that Thanos is going to get that gauntlet, and we're going to see an epic fight between Doom and Thanos. I mean, if we don't, what the hell are you doing? But that's
and
pretty
clearly
cool.
that Black Swan is going to come into play.
Yeah, they brought in the Black Swan.
I was like,
She's
Sue
part of
being like...
Well, I haven't really been... I haven't talked about this a lot, but I feel like the Black Swans are evil Sues.
I thought they were, but that's only because of the way they were drawn.
Because of the way they're drawn.
And I didn't know anything about them when we came into this event.
Well, they're new to the Marvel Universe from when Jonathan Hickman started writing them. So, they could be. I'm sure there's someone in the comments who's like, well, actually.
Well, how about this? The way they're drawn, they look very similar. But
yeah, and I think they're supposed to be dark Sues. And I don't know if they're
whatever
literally
they are,
biologically Sue, but they're...
I just love Sue being like...
Oh, I would like that. Yeah, exactly. It's cute.
Yeah.
But, cool things happen.
Yeah.
But only to advance the plot at a snail's pace.
Yeah.
That's my complaint.
There were some fun things in this book. The book overall was slow and did not give us what we wanted.
Because they were talking about how they need to make the last issue double-sized. Because Hickman has more to say.
That's the next one?
No.
Oh, okay. Good.
The one after that.
That's great. That means we got essentially 3 more issues.
Yeah, I like that too, but I feel like with this... Because when we wasted a whole issue with context, and then we have this one where we're advancing the plot slower than it was in Siege, I feel like we could probably wrap this up in another issue or two.
I disagree with you, because I liked the pace of this issue in particular, because for me it was that very slow, quiet before the storm.
Yeah, but
again,
it's been so quiet the whole damn time with one storm.
I'm reading Siege.
Well, it's over now, so
and
you're not reading it anymore.
No, but I'm just saying, I knew something was happening.
Right.
The whole time, I'm like, holy crap.
You've had a much better build.
Well, we know
Yeah,
that something's happening because it's a friggin' event, but it's time to stop.
Well, that's just it. We didn't get Siege, so when we went from issue 5, and then we have this gigantic break, and we finally get issue 6, we're like, finally, issue 6, what happens?
And it takes 10 minutes to read it, and it's like, oh.
And you're just like,
I get
still
talking.
nothing?
I get talking, but at least give me something. And we did get something, and we get some things like Reed Richards and the Maker have teamed up. And I was like, oh, this can't be good. Do you know what it is? We're world building, and that's awesome, but after the next 3 issues, it's over.
I don't know if we're world building so much as we're, setting up the dominoes.
Yes. Now, somebody mentioned...
Because don't forget, because of Siege... I'm like, oh, that's funny that she told this story.
Yes.
Because of how wrong it is.
Right.
And Ben Grimm knows this.
Yes, exactly.
But I know that.
Yeah, but we didn't.
Right, and I know...
Well, we do find out now. Not that, Ben Grimm got hit with that weird gun, because there is this interaction.
There is an interaction. It's the same
Thanos
scene.
and Ben Grimm.
Yep, it's word for word.
Oh, that's cool.
Word for word.
That's cool.
Yeah, except you didn't get the rest of it.
No.
Right. It was just, he's there, and they're talking, and they're just like, all right. And then the last page reveal on this book.
The last page reveal is the same fucking last page reveal as the...
But it's different looking.
Yeah.
It looks different.
It's much smaller.
It's not last page in...
no, it's
Siege.
close to the end
of
Siege. But, yeah. I saw somebody talking online about delays in general, and, do they matter? And, for somebody who is skipping Secret Wars, or who doesn't know that Secret Wars exists, or isn't reading Marvel right now, but in 2 years... is like, oh, how did this all start? And they pick up Secret Wars, I bet this reads phenomenally. And that's what's gonna be what matters, I think. It's frustrating as crap for us right now that we had to wait 2 months, and we gotta wait even more, and we're gonna continue. I guarantee you this is not the last we've seen of these freaking delays.
I literally forgot that Secret Wars was coming out, I didn't know it came out last week, and I had to get reminded.
Number 6 prepped up on a lot of us.
Yeah.
I remember reading, oh yeah, Secret Wars number 6 coming out. Whoa, what? Yeah. But also, so is, the new Iron Man and Spider-Man.
And Doctor Strange.
So if I had been a reader where I enjoyed 1 through 5, and then time passes and I forget about 6, I easily could have forgotten the rest of the series.
Yeah.
And then, like, in some time in 2016, be like, hey, wait, what was happening? Was Secret Wars finished up? Like, how did
they
that
finish?
go?
Yeah, they just wrapped
You
up.
would have lost me as a reader.
No, it's true. Or at least you would have lost me from that title.
Unless you're reading Siege.
Unless you're reading Siege. You're like, yes!
Ah!
So yeah, I don't know. Final thoughts about Secret Wars for this week?
I'm coming from a different place. I was excited that it was here finally, but like again, I didn't feel the pain of it, like of that time, as harshly as you guys did, and I'm excited to see more. Granted, Siege is over now, so now it's gonna be a different story for me. But I liked where it was for me. But again, I'm coming from a different place.
I'm still excited to see more. I still want to see the conclusion of this story. I'm disappointed with the break. Waiting 2 months for this book, I'd say the book was not worth it, but I think the story overall will be. So I'm looking forward to more.
I mean, I loved reading it, and everything that happened is setting up so many things, like you said. I mean, we have, Spider-Man's role, we have the Infinity Gauntlet, we have the Black Swans, other ulterior motives, we've got Thanos, we've got how those elements are all going to cross over, you got the Reeds working together, and you, of course, have Doom and every other element there, and it's gonna be crazy and awesome. Oh, you got the Uprising,
from
with Mr. Sinister, and you got Mr. Sinister
with
Ms. Marvel, who's clearly Captain Marvel.
Thing?
She's got the Sinister thing. I think she's a sleeper. She's a secret agent working within Sinister's organization. That it's Carol Danvers from the Life Raft.
And clearly it is because she was brought before him at the end of 5.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or she's evil and now she's fucked up.
And
and who's the prophet? Yeah, no Thors. But who is the prophet? That's the other question. I don't know.
I'm assuming it has to be someone from the raft.
Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm so, wrapped up in what's happening, I'm just I don't know.
It's Doctor Strange.
Yeah. No, it's not. I can guarantee you one thing. It ain't Doctor
Oh, come on, he kind of had a cloak. He covers up his face
There's
with
a
that
lot of
skull
cloaks
mask.
in this universe.
And skulls are, mystical because they're...
Because they're dead.
I could see it.
I don't know. I think it'll be cool.
I see Doctor Strange in every face.
I make no attempt to guess because I kind of want to be surprised.
I want to be surprised too. I'm not going to look too deeply into it, but I'm going to assume it's Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And then be terribly disappointed.
It's true.
Who wears a green costume?
Dr. Doom.
All right, it's going to be Dr. Doom.
It's just Dr. Doom.
It's a different Dr. Doom.
He's I created...
It's 1610 Dr. Doom.
It would be so annoying. If
that Doom got to be God Kid. Yeah. Fuck it. I'm the prophet
1610 Dr. Doom sucks. Anyway, thank you guys so much.
Whoa, hang on. I also read 1602. It finished up and it was great.
Oh, that's right. It ended.
It's over.
So it was great?
It was great.
It was great.
It was
all right.
phenomenal.
If you had to sum it up in 1 minute, give us the breakdown.
Yeah.
It doesn't end the way you think it will.
Ooh. I like that. And also, we could say we met Marguerite Bennett, the author, at New York Comic Con.
She killed it on this issue. The whole story overall, awesome. This issue, went ways I couldn't expect, but I should have.
Right. You feel like a dummy. But,
yeah, well, as it was happening, I was like, oh.
Oh, right. Damn it. Oh, it all came together.
It all came together, and it, really...
Does it make you excited for Angela, whatever the hell her book is? Angela, Agent of Hell, or whatever the hell?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, if you were on board for this before, just finish it out. Trust me, it's worth it. It's a really beautiful story, and it really does feel like a play.
That's cool.
And that's how it ends. And that's how it goes. And if you weren't reading it, and again, you're just, while you're waiting for issue 7 now of Secret Wars, you might as well go back and pick up the rest of 1602, because it's a standalone story that just exists in this universe.
Right.
And it's so vastly different than anything else you're reading right now with Marvel.
It's funny, actually, now that you mention that, I should say, if you're going through separation anxiety for how the hell long it's going to take for the next Secret Wars to come out, you might want to go back and pick up some series that you missed.
Yeah, especially now that a lot of them are coming to an end.
Or have already ended.
Now I'm going to have separation anxiety because I only have 1872, which I'm actually an issue behind on.
Yeah.
So that works out really well for me because then I'll at least have that and then I'll have another one.
Right, but that's a great title that has nothing to do with what's happening.
No.
And although I understand that Red Wolf is getting his own title and it's going to be set during that time.
Oh.
So it won't be ending.
Ooh.
I know, right?
I like that.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys next time with an all-new episode of Secret Wars TLDR. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget, by the way, to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/ComicPOP, helping to upgrade the apparatus of the organization known as ComicPOP, making everything a little better. Not putting up a paywall, between chaos and the Order of Doom. No.
You're
Well,
still
when
gonna
you
get
say Chaos and Order, that's literally how they describe the Enchantress and Angela.
Oh, that's cool.
In 1602.
But yeah, you're still gonna get all the great content that you've always gotten.
That's right. It's just
helps
a
things
couple
out.
of cool, fun perks. You get to know some inside info, some behind-the-scenes stuff. Everybody on Patreon who donates $5 or more gets to find out what the backish is going to be.
Every Doctor Strange!
No.
Come on. It's really good.